All right, so we should be good.
Okay, cool. So, I hope we read the same article this week, everybody. Oh, Jerem just came on. Can you hear
Sweet.
us, Jerem? Still can't hear him,
Oh,
huh?
I still can't hear him.
Okay. Well, just nod if you agree, all right, Jerem? Okay. All right, so the first thing is I don't know if you guys remember at the end of the article where Merton, I guess is the manager, or whatever, gets a message from a person called Tevins, something like that, and mentioned that what's his name? Stepanik's what they um, Tevins wants to fire Stepanik's because I guess he was involved in something where somebody got hurt and he didn't follow the precautions in the facility. And so the first question is, so just for you, Christian, um, if you were in Merton's shoes and you had your 9 a.m. meeting with Tevins and the Harris guy, what position would you have regarding this whole situation? What would you advocate?
Um, so if I understand it right, so like you said, are you hearing that noise?
I don't know. Is that Jerem?
I hear it too. I don't know who it is.
It's
Staticky.
yeah. I mean, it's whatever. I can
Okay.
keep going.
It must be Jerem or something.
Okay. So it sounds like they're, like you said, they're wanting to fire him because he was aware of like something that was going on. They were doing it incorrectly, and so now he's wanting to fire him, right? Because he allowed them to do something incorrectly against protocol.
Yeah, yeah, and it's apparently it's happened a few times where he didn't follow the protocol and it's ended up in some sort of injury or
So, I mean, personally, if he's had a few opportunities where he could have done the right thing and he didn't, I guess the first thing that I would do is I would sit down with them, or I guess when they meet next time, I'd want to know if there was a reason why he hasn't. I guess just get the full story, even though there is no excuse. And then I'd probably just go from there and just be like, look, like we can't keep having these injuries happen. We've already given you a few a few opportunities to make things right and not do it again, but you keep on failing to do so. So we're going to have to let you go if it comes to that. Just because if you're a company that's so focused on safety, you keep on having supervisors that don't focus on safety, I feel like you got to get rid of them.
yeah, absolutely. Hey, Jerem, do you think you could put yours on mute or something? See if that. Yeah, yeah. The static's gone, but sorry we
I'll be
can't
right
hear you.
back. I need to get some headphones to hear you guys better.
Okay, no worries. But yeah, I completely agree with you, Christian. I mean, I would definitely be in the same boat. I'd want to find out why he's not following the protocol and all the precautions, especially with the company the way it is and how the CEO is constantly like, he wants a zero injury rate, 0%, and
Yeah.
find out why he's doing that because he's a well liked guy. He's a really good supervisor, but just made some dumb errors repeatedly, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just kind of dumb. But I guess what specifically did he actually do, and I guess how serious was it? What did we learn from that? Let me just pull it up for kind of the specifics. It's later on in the article, I think, with the memorandum or whatever. Um, yeah.
All right.
So
Where?
so if you go scroll down to Exhibit 12, it's at the very bottom of the article.
Well,
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. So Daniel and Jerem. Jerem, we love your presence. um, so we're just finding out what exactly did Ned Stepancic, whatever his name is, what did he actually do, and how serious was it? Do you remember what he did, Dan?
Just read it about 30 minutes ago.
No worries.
Well, he's a line supervisor, and a worker got injured underneath his supervision. Is he the one that just kind of, like, since people he didn't want to worry about safety regulations, so he just put people to the job that would actually do it? Did he, or was that something else?
Yeah, it was that. Like, apparently, because he was a line supervisor, and he directed one of the workers to go fix an electrical conduit.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't take the proper precautions. Ended up getting like a 2nd-degree burn, and that. But apparently that wasn't the first time something like that's happened.
Yeah,
they didn't take the proper precautions. Although, in my own opinion, I don't think it's like that serious of an offense. I mean, he did direct him to go fix it, so I feel like the worker should have taken the precautions as well. I don't know if it's 100% his fault. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I guess it's difficult. Like, if people are constantly getting injured under your supervision when the department doesn't really, or since the warehouse or whatever, the workplace doesn't really get injured.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Those injuries cost the company a lot of money, and it's just like if this is happening under the supervision of one person like multiple times, then yeah, I don't know if 3 times is enough. I honestly don't know what I would do. But I feel like if it was more than like 3 or 4 times, like, yeah, maybe investigating and look into it a little bit more.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Do you guys think firing him would have a bad message to the rest of the workers?
I think it depends on what the workers thought he was fired for. Which I don't think it'd be good if they like went and told everyone and talked bad about him or whatever and said, hey, this is why he's fired. But I feel like if it keeps on happening, the majority of the company would understand and know why. Because, I mean, if they're that worried about safety from the top down, I feel like it wouldn't really come as a surprise if somebody was fired when they are constantly like not following protocol in regards to safety. Like,
right.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised like if I worked in a workplace like that and they were constantly stressing about safety and I had a supervisor that constantly broke the rules and then he was fired. I would not be like, oh, that's weird. Why was he fired? I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I personally would. I get that he has a young family and it'd be hard because he's with, like it says, he's been with the company for a long time, and so it probably would be awkward. But I think, I don't know. I think it could go either way. I think people could be like, whoa, like this is really serious, and even though that guy had been with the company for a while and he had a family, like they're really serious about being safe. Or it could have the other side where people get really mad because they really like the guy. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be a tough spot. What do you think, Dan?
Lines of firing him.
Yeah, like what I guess what kind of message would it send firing?
Oh, to the other workers.
Yeah.
Well, they would. I don't know, that the company's just trying to make a point of like that safety is a huge priority to them, which it already is.
Yeah.
Since they have the best numbers in the industry. Just I don't know. It'd probably put more people on edge, I guess, of like being safer and well, especially the supervisors to make sure that everyone's being safe. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a good message to. Well, sucks for whatever Ned or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know how to say his last
It would
name.
suck for Ned to be fired, but it would send a message, like a clear, loud message that safety's high priority.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think from what they're trying to do as a company and having, you know, zero injuries and everything, like, I mean, it starts from the top down. So if the supervisors know that, like, they're that strict and kind of a slip up like that could put your job in jeopardy, then a lot more strict. And I'd be completely, I mean, I would make sure to do those things no matter what, little job it was. Make sure you do the precautions, even if you don't think it was that important at the time. I would just do it, just knowing that your job may be in jeopardy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, cool. So the next kind of thing is they want us to go over some of what the data shows from the article. So I know there's really like only three of us that can talk, but Jerem, you can kind of participate. We get some issues with the mic or something, but so just a couple of us, if we want to work on the group one, I don't know if you guys have it pulled up, but it says we go to the first group goes to exhibits 3 and 7 to answer some questions about like when safety improves, does productivity decrease? And then it says find the data for it. So if let's say Christian and Dan, if you guys would just want to be in group 1 and do it, and then me and Jerem could do group 2, and then we could all come together and just do group 3.
Wait, what exhibits do we do?
So the first group, exhibit 3 and 7. So it says divide the total hours number for each period by the works total for the same period. If you guys see that.
Yeah.
So it gives you an example, like in 1987, it was 7,400 divided by 185 gives you hours per ton. So then just find that for each number, and then just compare the numbers and see if the numbers go down, if it's good, and if they're going up, and it's bad, basically.
Okay.
Cool, thanks. And then Jerem, we just got to look at exhibit 5 and figure out which injury numbers are improving, going down, and which are going up.
Wait, so we divide the work total divided by the total hours?
Total hours divided by the works total.
Oh.
Do you see where that is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. So if you just want to take 5 or so minutes, just go through it.
Yeah.
once you guys have those numbers, if you could just look at Exhibit 6 as well, and then we could all talk about that one.
So we're doing 3, 6, and 7.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, mostly. Let's see. Yeah, mostly 3 though. 7 doesn't have as much information, but.
Okay.
We'll all talk about 6. Do you think it might work if I called Jerem and then just put him on speaker?
Yeah, I've actually done that before in a group meeting,
Okay.
and it seemed to work.
Okay. Just one more minute, and then we can talk about things if you guys are ready.
Yeah, I'm just reading through
Yeah.
the last few on
Okay.
Exhibit 6.
All right, I'm just going to give Jerem a call. Hey, Jerem. How's it going? Hey, good to hear you. Yeah, I'm going to put you on speaker, okay? Can you guys say something, Jerem? Can you?
Yeah,
So, Darren, yeah, now we can hear you.
He's alive. Okay, so for just you guys in the findings of finding the total hours over the works total, what did you think about productivity? Does it go down with increased safety, or what I guess did you guys find from your calculations?
Hey, babe.
I found that they went down. So safety increased, if I did my calculations right, which I could have done them wrong. It was like at 40, basically. And it got down to basically 32, and then the last one went to 34.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, safety did increase, but it looks like production went down. Not a whole lot, but it definitely went down.
Gotcha. Is that basically what you found as well, Dan?
Yeah, sorry, my wife just got in.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I found the same things.
gotcha. Were you guys surprised at all?
No.
Yeah.
Which is bad. But I was kind of like, nah.
Mhm.
I was petrified,
Petrified.
totally shocked.
Is that what you told your wife about? Honey, look what
I was
just
like,
found.
babe, look at these numbers that I just calculated.
This is terrifying.
Man.
That's funny. And okay, sweet. And Jerem, what did you find from our Exhibit 5?
Well, my computer was going on the fritz, and I've just now been able to pull it up.
Okay.
So I wasn't able to total them up, but I'm looking at it now.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't been able to add them up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So just what I found, most of the I guess injuries and stuff did decline from year to year. So it was a really good thing from 1987 to 1991. The only one that was like that I noticed was a little bit off. Well, the noise hazard injuries and atmospheric injuries. So it went from 1987 from 20 to 26, and then back down to 18, then to 13, then to 15, then 2, then 3. But for the most part, they stayed, I guess, pretty consistent in decreasing. So I don't know. Do you guys, what do you think the reasons for that? Why do you think they decreased? Just a lot more precautions, or what did they do?
Yeah, I think like in the article, they talked about how they changed the zones where like if it was a pedestrian area that like was really hard to hear, they didn't let any machinery travel through that area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they separated it so you could actually for forklifts or something drive around, they'd actually be able to hear it. So that's probably part of it, because that's how that one guy died. He couldn't hear the forklift. So I think they kind of tried to separate it. So if you couldn't hear a forklift, there wouldn't be a forklift there, type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it mentioned they reduced the speed limit and stuff for that as well.
Yeah.
Because he was going 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's cruising.
They reduced it to 4 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like slower than molasses walking speed. Yeah.
That's slow.
True. That is true. So, I guess what type of issue or problem does the Mission Valley have that you think would be easiest to solve? What issues?
I guess, what do you guys feel is the biggest issue? Is it the fact that production is going down while safety increases? Is this biggest issue trying to figure out how to increase production while increasing safety? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's definitely an issue. I think one of the biggest issues, though, is just from you can kind of read between the lines, is their culture wasn't there. There was still the culture of I'm a tough guy and I don't need to be safe. You know what I mean? So even if they implicate all these things and do all these things, if they can't get people all the way from the bottom guy on the floor to buy into it, then it doesn't work. You just have to completely idiot-proof it. And they talked about that and how that wasn't even effective. So you have to change people's attitude about it. And I think that's their biggest challenge right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their biggest problem, is the people of what. Yeah. Most of the mistakes are made by the people when they try to justify this isn't as needed as maybe this more major rule. But then when an injury happens, it becomes more important, more on their list of, okay, we have to do that, but then the other things not so much. Yeah. And so that's definitely the biggest issue, is I guess them not doing all of the precautions and their attitude. That's good.
I know you can't. I don't think you can reduce someone's pay or fine them, if they get hurt at work. But if someone doesn't get hurt for a year, can you give them a bonus?
Probably. You're the boss. Well, if you're a boss, you can do whatever you want, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good way to get people to be motivated and change the culture of the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if you don't get injured this year, you'll get a small bonus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, if you get injured, they have to pay for it anyway, don't they? Workers' compensation.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm. But then an added bonus on top of compensation if, well.
Yeah, if they don't get injured.
We're going to reward you either way. That's what I understand.
Just if you don't get hurt.
Man, I know I would be, I'd be hesitant to do
We're going to reward you for getting hurt and reward you for not getting hurt.
I probably wouldn't do any of the work because I'd be too scared to hurt my finger, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know, so I worked at this mosquito abatement, and at the end of the year, we would have this like party, and basically, if you didn't have any incidents at the end of the year, you were put into a raffle for like this big prize. But there was also a raffle for like all these other things, and each incident you had would dock you points towards the whole thing. And like it was actually a really cool thing for us because it got us to actually want to worry about safety, just because not that like it's super dangerous out there, but we would ride four-wheelers like all the time. And so there were times where a few people like rolled their four-wheelers, and not to say that it was more important that they didn't get points, but like when they rolled their four-wheeler, a lot of the time you'd be like, dang it, like now I'm not in the raffle for the like big prize, because you know that you're going to lose points for rolling the ATV, and so you'd lose safety points. But it definitely like motivated you each day to think of doing something stupid, which you never should. But there'd be that thought in the back of your mind, like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be safe just because I want to make sure that I'm still in the running for that grand prize at the end of the year. Which it should be. I'm going to be safe because I need to be safe. But unfortunately, sometimes we need a motivation, like Jeremy was saying, and it worked for us. We had like a really, really safe year the last year I worked there, and like the management was super happy. They were like, man, like this has probably been one of the safest years we've had in a long time, so we're really happy and proud for you guys for like how safe you guys were this year. And so I don't know, I think it works.
Yeah. That is true. No, that's really good. Thanks for sharing that, Christian. You guys have anything else on that topic? Okay.
Does my camera not work?
Not on this for some reason.
It's your wife's fault, Daniel. I'm just kidding. Okay.
He said it's your fault for that the camera's not working. Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Mrs. Guest.
He says he's just kidding. And he calls you Mrs. Guest.
Cute.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, man. Okay, so just moving on to step 4 on Mission Valley past successes versus future challenges. So what did they do in the past to, I guess, improve their safety record? What are some things they implemented in the company that worked? Do you guys remember?
Like putting the line, like painted lines down for the pick or the driving machine, or the forklift.
Oh yeah,
and the lanes for and the workers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Lane for the workers. I can't think right now. The laundry's going. My wife's staring at me.
Separate lanes for the driving machines.
I just can't concentrate right now.
And the pedestrians. No, yeah, that's good. And what were you saying, Jerome?
I was just gonna say the same thing. How like they made like forklift lanes and pedestrian lanes, so people didn't get hit.
You said it a lot quicker than I did.
I also think the not allowing like forklifts to be in areas where it's really loud is really smart. Just because I can totally see that being a problem. Like when there's really loud things that are going on and you don't even hear a forklift coming, that could be a major problem. As we
Yeah.
So I think that was a really smart idea as well.
You gotcha. And I know it said they replaced the forklifts with the overhead cranes for like the main vehicle to move the slabs through the plant. So I mean, I'd be ticked if I was a forklift driver like they were talking about, and all the supervisors are like, "Well, freak, like, I'm not going to do as much work." But I guess looking from a safety standpoint, the forklifts could do some serious damage with stabbing some people. You know,
Yeah.
like whatever happened to that guy at the beginning. Like, oh my gosh, that poor guy.
Yeah.
He get skewered or what?
I don't know. Like when I
Maybe
read
just
that,
hit in the head really bad.
Yeah.
That's what my guess is.
Yeah. So I guess the forklifts were just a danger in itself as being the main vehicle. So adjusting what they did there, and then obviously we've gone over the speed limit and the line that they put across. And then it also mentioned that they put in the flashing strobe light on top of every forklift. Let's see.
There's like one more thing that they did with like the catwalk, you know what I mean? Like to get up to the crane, they changed it somehow. I think like they put a chain across it or something like that to stop people from falling.
yeah, that's right.
But I think that they said that like, I think if I remember reading right, like they just put up like a small restraint. They didn't put up like this huge, enormous thing, and they said that it was just as effective.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Something like that. I don't remember exactly where. But...
Oh, and it also said they put on the trucks. They put a fresh coat of orange paint on them every 6 months, so they're like easily visible. Because I can imagine, I mean, as a worker, and you see this old like truck, you know, it'd be hard to see if it kind of blends in. It has a faded tint to it, and so. But if it's bright there, you can see it in your peripherals and try to avoid it as best you can.
They also did the whole thing where you wouldn't have to climb up to look at a gauge thing. They just use binoculars.
Yeah. No, it's
that way they wouldn't have to risk falling or going through a human shredder or something like that.
True. That is true. And I guess from what you guys read about, what are some of the challenges they have for the future? I know we talked about their main problem now, but what are some other challenges you guys can, I guess, foresee for them?
Well, they said it was as big as the factory itself was as big as a city.
Oh yeah,
there was just hundreds of machines and stuff to, I think, just making everything child-proof, I guess. It's just difficult.
Yeah. What do you think is the best way to motivate the workers to actually like follow these precautions? What do you think management should do?
Well, if you want to keep your hand, do the job right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they should injure them if they don't do the precautions.
Just like, yeah. Anyway, we do amputations on the spot if you get hurt.
Oh man.
I think it kind of goes back to like the other half of this lesson, like the motivation that we learned about. Like how money is a good motivator, but that's not the whole thing. That's not the whole part of it, you know. Like they need to realize that like if they get hurt and everything, like their quality of life is going to be a lot less, and so their whole entire family. You know what I mean? Like maybe people that have got hurt, they can like share their story and help them understand like how important it is that you don't get hurt. You know?
Yeah.
Kind of play both sides of it. You know, okay, like if you're safe, here's a little bonus, and also just tell guys how important it is.
That's a good point. Thanks, Graham.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just like helping them see the bigger picture, just kind of like what Jeremy is talking about. Just because you really are wanting to be safe at work, if you're like, man, I want to be safe at work so I can go home, I can be with my kids, and live a normal life, so that I can come back to work again, have a normal day at work. I think if you just see the bigger picture of why you want to be safe, I think that would be really good. And kind of, I think what Jeremy was saying, like sharing those experiences of why it is important to be safe. Like my manager actually just broke his foot with the forklift like
Oh,
a
geez.
few months ago, and I like saw the whole thing go down, and I was like, oh my gosh. But he was like, man, it's like so frustrating because everything at home is harder. He's like, I have 2 kids. It's super hard to watch my kids now when my wife's gone because now I have to like hobble around. And so I think if you're able to share that experience with anyone that's like, hey, it really is worth being safe just because it's going to hinder not only your work life, but your life at home. If you have kids and if your wife leaves, it can make it harder to watch the kids or whatever it may be. I think just helping them understand and really grasp the big picture of the big.
Yeah,
That's a really good point. That's perfect. Thanks, Christian. Anything to add, Dan, or anything else?
No, not in particular. I was just pondering what Christian said.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, those are some good things. I guess for you guys, just as supposed to ask you questions like, do you guys always wear your seatbelt in the car?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I do.
I do.
I have to, or that blasted beeping won't stop. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, my Subaru just yells at you constantly. Like that beeping sound only goes away for probably like 3 seconds and then it comes back.
That's same with mine. I drive a Toyota 4Runner and it's just constantly blasting me. And do you guys feel like you avoid texting in dangerous places?
Um,
I do, yeah. I don't ever text and drive. It's not worth it.
Good.
yeah,
Mine's
I
more
text.
Sorry, Danny, you go ahead.
Oh, I text and drive all the time, but I've never gotten in an accident or anything. knock on wood.
I do as well, but it's kind of like quick responses. I won't.
That's the same. I won't write a book.
Yeah.
But it's just like if I can write like, sure, I'm on my way, I'm here, like.
Yeah,
That's
I do
like
as well.
It's very short.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to justify, but yeah, I've read a whole conversation like on Facebook, a controversial Facebook discussion while driving. That was dumb. That was super dumb. It was like over 300 comments, on like some issue. I read it all while I was driving. So stupid, but and what about, do you guys cross at crosswalks or do you just jaywalk? What do you guys do there?
Definitely.
I jaywalk any other place but here in Rexburg.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys find up there. Oh.
I jaywalk everywhere except here in Rexburg.
Yeah,
like,
same.
Rexburg, I'm just like, if I do jaywalk, I'm like running like into a building, so I don't get caught or anything.
Gotcha. What about I definitely do, because for my mission, like jaywalking doesn't exist in England. Just no, everyone does it. You'll be driving, someone just runs out in front of you. It's like, gosh dang it.
Oh yeah, that was the same thing in Brazil.
And then, do you guys drive the speed limit?
No.
I generally go 5 to 7 miles per hour over.
Yeah, same here.
Same.
Yeah.
What? So if you guys don't do these things, what are some things that would get you to change your behavior to, I guess, drive the speed limit or always cross at crosswalks? What would have to happen?
Well, when I got pulled over on the interstate going back to Montana, I drove the speed limit for probably 6 months after that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good motivator.
So,
There's some penalties.
yeah. And every time I go on that stretch of road, I always go the speed limit.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Guess what would get us to stop? Well, I guess getting in an accident would probably stop me from texting while driving or
Yeah,
something.
I got in an accident not long ago, and it was like right by my house. And so now I'm like, I still will look at my phone when I'm driving, which I shouldn't. But yeah, it definitely like spooked me out for a while. I like didn't look down at my phone and
Mhm.
change the radio station. Like I just leave it on the same one just because I was like, nah, I'm not changing the radio.
Right.
But yeah, it definitely did spook me out a little bit.
Gotcha. So do you feel like, going back to kind of the Mission Valley, do you feel like penalties or maybe people just actually, getting hurt or seeing somebody else get hurt, do you think those will actually change their attitude or motivate them to follow the rules? Or what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think like when people are exposed to like when things actually go wrong, like they shared the example of like the crane operator put down the remote, like somebody got seriously hurt, and then after that nobody did it. You know what I mean? So I think like when there is an accident, everybody needs to know what happened, and everybody needs to know the exact cause of it. You know what I mean? And what actually went down, and then they'll see that and be like, okay, that's really can happen. You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
That's a good point. I think, yeah, definitely learning from previous mistakes. So even in past years, when an accident has happened, maybe if they could like show like a video, maybe reenacting it, or I don't know, maybe put together some sort of training like this is what happened, this situation. So if the worker's in that situation with a piece of equipment or machinery, whatever, they can kind of envision that video in their mind and help them like, okay, yeah, this could actually happen if I don't do this precaution,
Yeah. Exactly.
But cool, yeah. I guess is there anything else that you think would be good to help them, I guess, reach their goal as a company to have 0 injuries or 0 fatalities?
Put pillows all over the place. Just kidding.
That's good.
That's a good one.
give them knee pads, full body suits.
Mattresses all over the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like
Foam pit.
sometimes and stuff like that, you just have to make things like completely idiot proof. You know, like back on the farm, like there's a lot of dangerous things that people are around, and like there is injuries and stuff. But we find like when you just completely idiot proof it, so there's no way that anyone can ever get hurt, then no one does. But until you like reach that point of safety, like nothing could ever go wrong, it's really, really hard to get to 0. You know, you pretty much have to eliminate the if anything could happen. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That is
So,
a good
I
point.
don't know.
Yeah. Well, perfect. Just to kind of wrap things up, because I need to get going here pretty soon. I guess from talking about this whole case and just going forward, what could be applied to our future workplaces? Like what did we learn that could really benefit us going forward in the future?
I guess learn from mistakes. I don't know, because mistakes will be made.
Mm-hmm.
It's just human nature. And I think just knowing like where there can be safety issues, like if you look out for those things and like observe other people and stuff like that. I'm just trying to think in like in a hospital setting, like what things could happen, like needles not being disposed in the right place, or like a room isn't properly sanitized after a patient leaves the room, and just little stuff like that. I guess just always being aware of the safety regulations, and I'm sure you're trained on it too. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think one thing that I thought that was really good is like they actually did like figure out the ratio of like what the hours worked to accident was. Like I've worked in quite a few dangerous places, and like I never know what that is. I'd never been told that, and they never even had a goal of what they want to be to. But I think like understanding where your figures are at and like working towards something, I think that's important.
Yeah,
To just
absolutely.
track that and monitor that.
That's so true. And I think realizing that no precaution and no rule is too small to be overlooked.
Uh-huh.
I think it's everything needs to be taken into account and accounted for, especially if it's put together by people who are in charge and they know what could happen. Definitely just follow every single thing, and you're going to be okay no matter what. You're
Uh-huh.
you won't lose your job over something like that. So just follow the little things. Well, cool. And then just how would you guys rate the quality of today's discussion from 0 to 10? Starting with you, Jerome.
10.
Sweet. What about you, Christian?
Yeah, 10. Great job.
Daniel?
I think a big fat 1-0.
I think it was a 10 as well. Gosh dang it, I wish Tyler could ever be here. My word. Yeah, well, he did say he'd do the next 2 discussions, so hopefully he actually shows up and does them, Perfect. Well, is there anything I did that you guys liked, or is there anything I could do better for next time?
Don't wear glasses next time. Just kidding.
Don't get racist.
Yeah, dude, I can't see anything. My vision's so bad. Holy smokes.
Nah, I believe my brother-in-law actually got LASIK. He loves it. Yeah, he got it a few years back, but.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I get LASIK a week or 2 weeks from today. So Thursday the 16th. So I'm excited. Yeah.
No, I think you did really well. I think it's really good when you ask people direct questions. When you specifically ask us, I think it's really good. So I gotta do better at that. So I'll try and do that when I do.
No worries.
Yeah, I like that too. I think that's a good thing. Like directly towards people. You're probably gonna bring this up, but we have the doohickeys paper. Is that due on Monday?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Should I stop the recording?
Sure, yeah.
That's fine.